Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Throwback podcast. I'm Mark from the Throwback. So, Ginger Shaq, how are we doing?
What is good? I am happy to see you in a non-pixelated, freezing way.
Yeah. So the podcast's a couple of days late because we had some issues with Wi-Fi and connection, and it just wasn't working. So we pushed it a couple of days. Nearly struggled again today, but we're here. They didn't want us to be here, but we're here. We're here. The powers that be have been fighting against us, but we've fought through it.
Joe Rogan and that Spotify deal scared we're coming after them, bro.
Exactly. That is definitely what's happening here, 100%. So we'll jump straight into playoffs. Since the last podcast, the Lakers went out, and the Suns are now 3-0 up against the Nuggets. Things are quick, don't they? Like it's been less than a week. One team's out, and the team that beat them are already 3-0 up, which is great.
It's exciting times to be a Phoenix fan.
It's exciting times to be a Jazz fan, a Phoenix fan.
Go on.
Yeah.
And
it's exciting times to be a Philly fan, isn't it? It's exciting times. I think 2-1 up now. It was like panic stations after game one. Everybody was like, "Oh, they're going to get swept. The six are going to get swept." And I was like, although we don't listen to Stephen A. Smith because he's an idiot, if the Sixers don't win game 2, this series is over. Like, fucking shut up. All right, fucking shut up. It's all under control.
It is. I love them things. It's like the age-old Michael Owen on BT Sport when he was like, "Oh, maybe the team that scores the most goals is always going to win."
Yeah, it is that. Yeah, Michael.
He's just like, "Cheers, Stephen. It won't be over. Be half over."
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know how the playoffs work.
He's just an idiot.
Because, in that ESPN department, I don't know if they have research. And obviously they're not paying you millions to know much because they employ Skip Bayless and he's a fucking spam hammock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was just I'm happy. That Nets Bucks game the other day was a strange one. That finished like 83-86.
86, yeah.
Really low scoring game. Playoffs have been great. Playoffs have been competitive, apart from obviously the Suns series up to now. It's been pretty competitive, which is what you want. You want.
Yeah, normally you don't want it all being. I think it's ironic that we're saying the Phoenix, like the way the consensus, the Phoenix and Nuggets series is so exciting.
Yeah.
But if it was the Lakers that were there instead of the Suns, we'd be like, it's a bit boring, isn't it? Here we go, LeBron again.
Exactly.
Freeze it, shaky first series, like standard procedure. But it isn't. It's nice to have an impassioned view of, the teams that are left. Not many of them have won a championship.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to sort of be like, we could be looking at some Hall of Famers being made in one playoff, some retired jerseys, like if CP3 and Booker bring it home to Phoenix, like, Chris Paul's a player who probably should have his jersey retired in the Clippers, and he might not. Yeah. Because they just apparently don't retire jerseys, mainly because the team's been whack, but
yeah.
So, it's as a neutral fan sat in these playoffs, it's quite fun to watch, and I'm enjoying it. It's delightful, really.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's good seeing fans back in the stands. Obviously, the bubble last year, it was a bit of a strange one.
Yeah, but then equally, it's like it's good to have fans back in the stands, but without dwelling on it too much, there's a lot of idiots.
Yes.
And obviously, you know yourself what it's like to nearly injure a high-profile NBA personnel.
No, I can't talk about this. Can't talk. So what happened was we were at the NBA London game when the Wizards played the Knicks.
And you said you were angry because John Wall wasn't there, or Porzingis. Continue.
Yeah. And where we were sat, we had really good seats, actually. Shout out to you and Shugs for sorting the tickets.
Shugs, really. Just Shugs.
Yeah, shout out to Shugs. And where we were sat, it was where the tunnel was, where the players come in and where the players went out. So as the players obviously come out, you could reach over and see them. But then after the game, was it after the game? It was, wasn't it? Or was it half time? I think it was after the game had finished. All the players had walked through, and Adam Silver was walking down. And it is quite bad in a way because of how stuff's been going in the NBA at the moment with Westbrook and the popcorn and Irving, Kyrie with the drink in Boston. And I leant over and somebody'd left a bottle of Coke on the floor and I kicked it and it must have missed Adam Silver's bald head by about 2 inches. Honestly, it had killed him though, because we were so high up. It had stuck in his head. But yeah, it didn't. It just missed. But here we are. And look, since then, the Sixers have gone from strength to strength, so he knows now not to mess with the process. The end.
So yeah, that is pretty accurate. I liked Mark's little segment there where he tried to justify it and you know when you watch these really pathetic apology videos.
I wasn't apologising. I'm apologising.
And I was like, you know, well, and obviously with everything that's going on with Westbrook and Kyrie and you know, oh, it's so dangerous. Somebody just left a bottle of Coke there from the empty arena before we went into it to our really nice seats. Anyway, Mark Murray, Adam Silver, abuser.
We can ring Triller. We can get a fight sorted. They'll have anybody on there now.
Don't. Nate Robinson's just woke up.
Yeah, I know.
And he thinks he's back in a coma because the Knicks made the playoffs.
Yeah, he thinks he won. That's. But yeah, so we nearly killed him. But it's okay. He's all right. But yeah, apart from I've enjoyed it, and I'm leading on from that the awards kind of situation with Jokic winning MVP, Tibbs winning Coach of the Year, Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year. I'm a little bit salty about the awards, just because I feel like we've been kind of dismissed as a team in the award during award season.
Will you feel a lot better about it if you win the chip?
I won't even be asked about the awards.
There you go. There's your answer. Yeah. So equally, by the end of the season, you're going to be doubly pissed off because you won't win the chip and you didn't win the awards.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate.
All right.
But
mainly just because I can't be bothered having two mates that are Sixers fans being unfucking bearable.
Yeah.
If you win it.
It's going to be great. But it's fuel for the fire, isn't it? That's how I see it. And I'm sure Doc is using that in the locker room and saying to Joel and saying to Ben, they're writing us off. They're writing us off. They're writing you off as individuals and they're writing us off as a team. So I think...
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely, what you seen the other day, Joel's performance against the Hawks. was brilliant again. And I think Simmons dropped 18 in game 3. So kind of fuel to the fire for those guys. And Doc as well, because he had a great season and he wasn't even in the picture for Coach of the Year. So, yeah, I'm disappointed.
Which I will argue again, I've said before in this pod, I don't think he should have been.
Yeah, because he's great in the regular season.
Because it as I said in the last pod, it goes along with my LeBron rhetoric. In terms of if you're just consistently good, like it's no shock to anybody.
Yeah. But yeah, happy with Jokic, happy with Tibbs, the Knicks. I think it's better with the Knicks in the playoffs. I think you're seeing the buzz around the UK community with the Knicks being in the playoffs. So that was great. And
whether or not all them people will be Knicks fans at the start of next season, who knows?
No.
But
They'll be Knicks fans, won't they? So that was good. And the Gobert thing. Gobert's great defensively, you know what I mean? But we're starting to see Mitchell show why he should have been in the MVP race. Like I'd said earlier on in the season, he shouldn't be finishing the top of the conference, averaging 25 points or more, 6 assists, however many rebounds, and not even be spoke about as an MVP candidate. He's the best team in the league. And you're the best player on the best team. Do you know?
The thing around MVP is it shouldn't be named that because it's not. Like it's an outdated name for an award. Because it's not the most valuable player, because arguably Donovan Mitchell is the most valuable player because he's but equally if you'd say to me, has Donovan Mitchell been the best player this season? I'm going to go, no.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
But he's been the most valuable player on the best team.
He's been, like generally you look at other sports and, you look at the finals, a player for the opposition team never wins finals MVP, no matter how good a series they've had.
It only ever happened once that, and it was Jerry West in 1972, I think.
Oh, that's a fix anyway.
Yeah. I'm sure that was the year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's only ever happened once.
You know what I mean? So it's like, we've seen series where LeBron dominated the Warriors and was arguably the best player in the series. And, Iggy wins finals MVP.
I know.
And vice versa, where, Steph Curry was, lights out against Toronto and doesn't win.
Yeah.
So it's one of them. But equally, the awards are done. Everyone loves to get an award or not get an award or complain about not getting an award in every aspect of life. So
yeah, it's not just not just this. And tonight we've got, just going back onto the playoffs, we've got the Bucks and Nets at 8 p.m. UK time, which is nice. So
tidy.
I'll be watching that. LeBron's changing to number 6 from 23. It looks like AD's not changing to number 23. It looks like he's sticking with number 3 from what I can gather. Up to now anyway. Which is a strange one for me. But with Space Jam and everything, he's going
Don't.
What?
My views on it.
Oh no, So with him having number 6 in Space Jam, it's just good for him, probably promo wise, to be number 6 for the Lakers. It's double your money, isn't it? People buy the Space Jam jersey, and then people buy the Lakers jersey.
And now everybody that's bought all of these 6 jerseys that have come out for the Lakers this season will now have to buy at least 5 more jerseys because it will say James 6 on the back of it.
Exactly, which is pretty disappointing.
Unless people are buying them jerseys from the Throwback store, in which case he's changed his number. Your 23 jerseys out of date. Sort yourself out.
Yes. Or unless you want the jersey you won the NBA championship in, which that was a number 23. So that just for
is that on the Throwback store?
Yeah, we've got a white one and a yellow one currently.
Oh,
on the
so that would be the throwbackstore.co.uk. But if you wanted to be first for any deals, offers, promo codes, you would obviously download the Throwback Store app, available on both Apple Store and Android devices. Also available on desktop. And you're also now able to purchase your items at the Throwback Store using Klarna. So you can pay in 30 days, or you can pay in a small, tiny amounts. So therefore, your jersey collection can be swagger. That Throwback Store.
That one. And do you know what? I'm just going to say this. We didn't plan that before this. We actually didn't. He's just done really well there. Well done. Yes, we do have Klarna. You do you with Klarna. Pay now, shop now, pay later. So yeah. Jersey releases going from the 6/23 thing. I'm going to start with one that I like to put on my story. You didn't like the NBA Europe tour Sixers jersey with the Spain vibes on the shoulders. Also released in an authentic is the Nuggets Iverson and the Nuggets Yellow, the dark blue one, which are both cool jerseys as well. But the Spanish game jersey is one that I will be purchasing personally for my collection. Yeah,
it has grown on me.
You wasn't full, was you, at first?
I didn't like it. I knew what it was about. I didn't like it. And then you obviously sent me the picture of AI wearing it. And as much as it makes any sense, that made it just seem a little bit more legitimate in my head.
Yeah.
And equally, I know that all it is basically a bog standard jersey with the Spain colours on it. Yeah. But if the Bulls had done a European tour and there was a Pippin, do you know what I mean? Like with the France colours on it when they went over to France, I'm buying it.
Yeah, like, of course. It's for the collection, isn't it?
You know, obviously at my nearest Mitchell and Ness stockist, which would be the Throwback Store, now available on Android, Apple devices, and with Klarna payments.
Yes, again, we will get some purchases from this podcast. We will, even if we throw it down your throat. The other releases are I'm going to call them blackout jerseys, but they're a little bit more than that, aren't they? Because like there's the Spreewell Knicks, and it's like black where it should be white. It's kind of a Fiesta vibes Spurs that's blacked out as well, with like a teal 21 and teal Spurs, teal and red stripes down the side. And the Lakers jersey that they had this season, the Shaq, one of those with the joined up writing in blue, and that's blacked out, which that looks actually quite cool. That one. That's probably the only one. The shorts, on the other hand, I did like. The Hawk shorts with the big yellow stripe. The Lakers, dark blue, black, and like baby blue as well. And the Raptors, which are just the Raptors shorts, the purple ones, but in red, which is which kind of fits in with how they've branded now with the red colorways, but thrown back. So I can understand why that was. But out of all the jerseys that the players never wore, these are probably the ones I would be most likely to buy if I was, especially the shorts. I think the shorts.
Yeah, really I think the shorts would go with mostly everything. That it's obviously a nod to that amazing Hawks jersey. I agree. The Spurs one is probably the only one that's got a bit of substance to it, because it does feel like, you know, they kind of did do that. Like there was a Fiesta vibe. It is in Spurs history. Failing that, like if you want to be completely separate, it's poor designing.
Yeah, again.
And it's we're going to a UV rave. Are we? Yes. right?
Yes, we are.
Well, just in case nobody knows, I'm a big bucket fan. So I'm gonna put my bucket hat on. I'm a high vis bucket jersey, and everyone's gonna be like,
yeah, exactly,
and just
like
smash
that.
it.
Yeah, that's it really. That's perfect. But yeah, like I say, the shorts I can deal with. The jerseys. What's the word I'd use? I wouldn't be mad if I seen somebody in one. I wouldn't be mad. There's some.
Yeah, I respect it. I
Yeah.
respect it. Like it's better than some of the other ones that have been put out. But equally, anybody who wears an NBA jersey, like you know what it's like. You get a little bit. You're like, oh, friend.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
And they're like, can you leave me alone? You know the rules.
Yeah, you
2 meters.
Yeah, and why have you got a ladder? And why are you looking through my bathroom window? Strange, really strange.
I thought you lost your cat. I haven't got a cat. Well, I see me at. I'll leave it there.
There you are. Yeah, so that's the new jersey releases anyway. New sneaker releases.
Mate, I've had 2 wins on sneaker raffles this week. I'm balling.
Well, I've not, but I'll tell you what I have bought, and they're on the way from the US of A. Shout out to the plug. I got the sale off-white, the 4s, and don't get mad, and the another Jordan 4, the Union Guava Ice Jordan 4 as well. So yeah, I caught them too.
So everything I said, guys, about buying from the Throwback store, don't bother, because it's clearly got wads of longer.
I've not bought sneakers for ages, so yeah. Go on, what did you have a W on?
So like this is how much of a nice guy I am. I entered a raffle for somebody else.
Yeah.
And won the Blazer Lows.
The Sakai.
Sakai's in green.
Yeah.
And I also won the Pharrell NMDs in orange.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
moving mad out there. Shows how great of a person you are sorting out the Nikes for somebody else, though.
The NMDs are probably going to go to somebody else as well.
Here we are.
Just out here blessing the world. Because I'm a big advocate of people paying retail for their kicks.
Yes.
Moving on.
Yeah. Sneaker releases. There's been a couple sneaker releases. Well, there's one.
Are a couple of these out of date?
One of them is out of date. One of them come out.
Yeah, so one of them's out of date, and the other ones we just don't talk about it.
Yeah, so one of them is out of date. One of them was released yesterday, but I really like the colorway. The Jordan 1 High OG Light Fusion Red, which is ironically an Atlanta Hawks colorway.
It is, or a nod to Iron Man.
Yes. So either way, a nod.
They're nice though. I'm looking. They're not the best ones that have dropped this year.
No, definitely.
I think that still goes to the Carolina Blue.
Yeah. I'm just waiting, like we said on the last one, I'm waiting for the Travis Scott fragments, and I'm going to throw all me will at those. But we shall see. And the other one is one of Ginger Shaq's favourite shoes. It's a Dunk. It's the Nike Dunk Low, $3.99, asymmetric.
Which is how much they should cost.
Why? 99p.
£3.99, yeah.
Yeah. white multi, which is kind of a multicolored shoe, different colors on both shoes. I think it looks quite cool, but again, I like dunks. I've not got any in my collection, but yeah,
neither have I. And obviously, like if you are somebody who's got a young child and your child watches Mr. Tumble, then you can have the Mr. Tumble dunk lows.
Yeah, you can. You can. I hate Mr. Tumble, by the way.
I hate dunks.
I know. Well, we're in the same boat then, aren't we? Really, same boat, both sinking, like the Titanic. Women and children off first. Me and you would be dead.
I'd fit you on the door, mate.
Oh, thanks, pal. Thanks, I appreciate that. Questions. I've not even checked if we had any questions this week, so because obviously I'm prepared.
I'm gonna go to the bog standard and look at the last post and go, that's correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Stu.
Yeah.
So his first question is: does Joel Embiid have biscuit knees?
If so, can you realistically build around him, or is he a better version of Greg Oden? I don't think you can compare Joel Embiid to Greg Oden. I think that's a bit mad. Does he have biscuit knees? Yes. And every time he does something fucking stupid in one of these games, my heart drops. My heart actually drops. But we've built around him, and potentially we're going to be one of the best 4 teams in the league. So, yeah.
So question 2, because I'm going to do the questions this week. We'll spice it up. We're going to call these questions the Stu Specials.
Yeah. That's a good.
Name your current NBA European 5. Now, there is one as well for a historical one, but we're going to leave that for the next pod because I want to think on that one.
Okay.
So I'll go first for my current European NBA 5.
Okay.
And at point guard, I'm going to put Luka.
Okay.
At shooting guard, I'm going to put
Luka.
Luka. I'm probably going to have to put at shooting guard. I'll come back to shooting guard. Small forward, Giannis.
Yes.
Power forward. I mean, I don't want to.
You're going to say Porzingis, aren't you?
I want to, but I don't.
Yeah.
Like, because my choices are Porzingis or Larry Markkinen. And
I'm sure there's probably somebody else who's better than both of them.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go power forward. I'm gonna go Jokic.
Okay. Well, are you going center?
And at center, it's simple, isn't it? Big bad Boban.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with Luka at point.
Yeah.
Bogdanovic as the shooting guard.
Yeah.
Giannis. Sabonis.
Okay.
And Jokic.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. Off top.
Yeah. Not bad.
I'll go with
that. Not bad.
I'll go with that.
And just onto his net, like, we're not going to talk about the Nets about Harden aren't good enough because they are, but they might not be. I just don't want to talk about the Nets, to be honest.
No, I'm sick of them.
But the next one he's on about the Magic sacking their coach. And I just want to touch on the fact of how nice it is that there's 4 head coaching jobs in the NBA at the minute, and we have female head coaches being talked about it.
Yeah, Becky Hammond is big on.
You know what I mean? That there in itself is sensational. And by a law of averages, I'd like to think by the time we, come to the next season, we have a female head coach in the NBA.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. It's a change that probably needs to happen. But shout out to Greg Popovich for bringing her in on the staff at the Spurs, which at the time, which was years ago now, by the way, was a bit like one of them where everybody was a bit like, "What? You're bringing a WNBA? What? What?" And now she's turned into. I think there's been a couple of games when Pop's not been there, and she's actually coached the team as well. Yeah. So
he just breeds coaches, doesn't he, Pops?
Oh, yeah.
Like he's like, if you were to look at like a dynasty line of where Pop's been and who's been under his tutelage and where they are, like
Steve Kerr for starters.
It's sensational. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
definitely.
You know,
but yeah. So player that wore number 35. Hit me.
Kevin Durant.
Well, I said it last time. Clarence Witherspoon.
You've got him on your wall, haven't you?
Yeah, he's there, Clarence. Yeah.
Bit of a boring one, that number, isn't it?
35. It's not great. It's not great.
But football is coming home, Mark.
It is. Football is coming home. And do you know what? Somebody messaged me yesterday and asked me if I've got the new Paris Saint-Germain jersey in the Throwback store. I was like, I sell basketball jerseys. And he was like, yeah, I was just wondering. All right.
This one?
Yeah. This one? Yes. That one. That very one. So I've just got in touch with with ProDirect. I sent them an email to see, where did you get yours from? Did you get yours from ProDirect?
No. I got mine from Nuik.
Oh, did you? Direct?
Yeah.
Well, email them because I couldn't see it on their website. And I'm waiting for a response to see if they're going to get it in stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if potentially it's sold out on Nike, maybe it's still there. Who knows? People just don't want to pay retail, do they? I think that's why people hit me up.
Pretty much.
They don't want to pay that.
Like, it's 70 quid jersey, so.
It's expensive, isn't it? Like, you can understand. And with me having Klarna, you can spread the cost. Yeah. So another pod gone. Episode 35 in the bag. Should have been out Friday. It's going to be out Monday. Great coming out on Monday when you're hungover. Monday night, get your takeaway in because England are on today and the Nets and the Bucks are on. Watch the England game. Watch the Bucks game. And then then watch then be hungover the day after. Sleep all day. Get up at about 7 o'clock. Order a Just Eat.
Or Uber. Or Deliveroo.
Yeah. Other food delivery services are available.
Unless somebody wants to sign an exclusive deal, in which case I will sell my soul.
Yeah, there's only
for chicken nuggets.
Yeah. And then get the podcast on and chill. Another one, completely off the subject of basketball. My thoughts are with Christian Eriksen and his family at the minute. Obviously, I'm sure most people watched yesterday. Well, a lot of people, especially in Europe, will have watched. I watched the game, and it was one of the most horrific things I've ever seen on television. I think the BBC did a terrible job with it, showing the grieving wife on the side crying.
Yeah, it's not been well received. I know that Gary Lineker came out and basically said that he wasn't happy with it either, but a lot of the issue was to do with the fact that the footage was filmed by host services.
Yeah, it wasn't a BBC.
But equally,
you have
they could have just cut to the studio.
Yeah, they have producers there. So I hope it seems like he's progressing well, Christian Eriksen. It seems like he's progressing really well. So that is positive.
And again, on that subject, but a little bit More is if you are in your local area and you do not know where your nearest defibrillator is, please find out where it is.
Yeah.
Using a defibrillator increases the chance of survival by 70%. I'm lucky enough to live in a community that was sadly hit by a young boy who had a heart condition and passed away at school. So there was a great deal of money raised for all of the local schools and all of the community centres in my town to have defibs. They're very easy to work. If you need to use one, the instructions are there.
Yeah, I've had defibrillator training and health and safety and first aid training, and just having first aid. Just go into your local. I'm sure most local community centres, especially in the UK, have free first aid training. So it's definitely something you should have. It seems to me that was the reason that Christian Eriksen has survived, is with one of his players performing CPR on the pitch as he felt his pulse drop. So, yeah, scary, but obviously raising awareness of something like that is massive. So, yeah, I just thought I'd just...
no, definitely.
Say
but
that
yeah,
he's in my thoughts. And
so this, as he is in mine, this has been episode 35. You've been a fantastic audience. Peace out, and we'll see you on the next one.
peace.